This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised. This program is rated PG. It contains themes. Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
This is it. This is of the Sweetheart's Corner. So those on wherein I have so many actions to be done, and we don't want everyone to be hanging around, especially with the ongoing review classes that I have been heading to. And of course, if you're wondering why I'm speaking here before Engineer JM or Brother Kakai speak to us from the interview, of course, let me introduce to you. This is your Turbozy. I'm Kakai from Tasmania City, and our interviewee is coming from General Dea City, and yes, of course, you heard it right. This is the finale of the Sweetheart's Corner. I'm not joking. This is the end, actually, or the season finale of the Sweetheart's Corner, wherein in this episode, our engineer advises us, especially for particularly in this season of review, wherein we should take this seriously. And of course, while on these sermon times that we need, of course, I'm wondering where to go after all sorts of failures and rejections that I have been going through. Of course, if this for the DP in Focus don't restart, the season 2 restart for this episode 7 would entail my worst story on failures and rejections that I got. But mostly our fellow sweethearts, last month that we have been going through most of the big field stories that we had are the in this wherein one of our science-based dating Coach V, have mentioned this all over V's 2022 Modern Dating Masterclass that says people needs love right now. And of course, this statement will show that even though the sort of commitments that we need, particularly on the board examination and the previous episode highlights yesterday or last week rather that, you know, and have a tendency to confuse women, especially of language or or man or woman rather would do something that would be more thoughtful, or the so-called thoughtful gestures and the sweetest ones to his actions. And of course, sorry to say this, but and could get confused. And such confusion needs to be clarified. And of course, peace and love that we have been going to, of course, we're getting stronger together and we are becoming a better version of ourselves. And as such, with the surprising result, of course, here's the update on our Spotify channel, DP24 Media. And good news, 10 followers have followed us on Spotify. That's right, that's 10 followers all over Spotify. And that's DP24 Radio 1. While our YouTube channel have gained at least 30 subscribers. And of course, all-time plays got increased into 2,000 and above and counting. And of course, our podcast performance got improving before the 2022 or 2023 rather, that sometimes we have reported 3 total plays right at the post Valentine's Day, in which the episode 2 have such 3 plays. And of course, apologies for some noise that we got. Or sometimes are dogs that unruly. And if you have a similar dilemma that you're experiencing, just tune into our partner from the Pinoy Dog Whisperer. Of course, this is not sponsored, but who knows that maybe someday we've got an idea on where we could tame our pet dogs. But let's go back to the sweethearts corner wherein we have something in common wherein mostly got lately realized that our modern dating is slowly going into momentum here in the Philippines, particularly with the recent launch of the Cebu or Cebuano version of the sweet or singles events. Of course, we have mostly on our life, and that dating is a phase actually. Moreover, we could have a greater heights that we could even be a better dater, whether if it's a traditional or a modern one. And that, of course, if we're going to mix these two, that's an integrated dating already. Simply because we have to be a person that maybe someday we could be falling for him or her. And to be with a right person at the right place and at the right time. And that's why, aside from the fact that we need a self-love, of course we have to undergo drastic changes that we need here in this general TV. Holy Week shut-off will begin is April 5, the night of April 5, rather, instead of the usual midnight of Monday, Thursday. Of course, even our DP24 General TV, Radio 1, Stories, Social Media, Insiders, and its sub-channels, Education TV, Archives TV, and more. And the public service channels, Respect Design, and Accessibility Hotline. And by the way, if you're wondering why these channels, Respect Design and Accessibility Hotline got into idle, it's simply because we're focusing more on the main page, DP24, through our FB, Instagram and Twitter, and also on DP24 General TV YouTube channel. And right here, right now, right as we speak, at this time. It's already 19:15 or 7:15. And of course, we have more. And by the way, we have some sort of technical checks here because something's going wrong with our end. Jumpy audio happens here on the secondary feed, and if you're here on the secondary feed with the comments, don't forget to listen to our main live feed with a DP24G logo or cover on it. And as I know, I would love to serve people as part of our self-love process. And I the feast das Marinas. Believe it or not, wherein our on-site or face-to-face sessions got knocked off from feast SM Das Marinas due to the ongoing venue issues that lead to the budget cuts, therefore switching into online. And we apologize for what happened. And of course, it causes unnecessary conflict on our schedule, which is Sunday. That instead of spending with the family, of course, it's a long disagreement between me as a producer and my mom as well. And of course, with the return to the Saturday time slot, Saturday afternoon time slot, of course, I could concentrate more on the review every Sunday all the way until the weekdays. However, with the schedule changes that we have been encountered, of course, we have to do some drastic measures here on our general TV and Radio 1. And that is to have some sort of immediate conclusion of this season 1, featuring Engineer JM and Sis Acha from General Trias City. And of course, to brief you up with this episode, I have introduced this segment called hashtag Ask Dear Paul, wherein interviewees will ask the question to me personally, and as a content creator or aspiring content creator rather, and of course, we would be happy a concluding part before that tape goes on roll. And afterwards, the feast at home better together special episode or series called The Stories We Tell. And right now, it's 19:20 Philippine Standard Time, and we have another good news. Cavite Laguna Expressway, my dearest sweethearts, got into momentum from Silang East all the way to Silang, wherein the right-of-way conflict got into resolution following the case that has been filed into Supreme Court and the local government investigation on the errant horse stable that has been constructed earlier without a permit from the LGU of the municipality of Silang. And good news to our fellow Falconians who are been following on our DP24 General TV. Of course, the Master F Facebook page have earned 2,000 or at least 2,000 once again, apologies for background noise, but at least 2,000 followers that the Master F Facebook page have earned. Of course, congrats to you, Engineer Francis R.J. Luz, for this wonderful achievement that you got. And now, our story is the premiere episode series for this March all over Feast at Home Better Together, hosted by Coach JC and Coach Reza. And actually, here's the story behind it, wherein we apologies for some sort of background noise that we got. Of course, we're trying our best to minimize these noises that we have coming from, but this totally goes out of control. Sadly, we have to force a cut on our live and proceed to the tape. But of course, sometimes we get irritated by so many noises while we are on the live, and we will be going right back after the short break. So please stay tuned. Of course, we're back as quick as possible because once again we apologize for this background noise that we got, particularly with our errant dog that we have got so noisy to the point that we got irritated sometimes, but who knows that if you have been listening or watching from those tips from the Pinoy Dog Whisperer, shout out to you, Sir LC, for all of the tips that you've gave to us through these videos. And of course, at this point we're in the Sweethearts Corner got into a close. We have to reflect on what we are going to do for the following months ahead. Following the failures on my part, and let's save this for the season restart of TB in Focus live session. And it's now 19:27 Philippine Standard Time, and we are about to air this tape, so please stay tuned. I have collected a compilation of these tips coming from our various board passes. Say, aside from the Pomodoro technique that have worked for me, especially in my study times, for at least 25 minutes or any task that you want to do, then a break for at least 5 minutes, repeating it 4 times until you got the desired result. And then you might consider locking down your phone with a specific application that you need to set it up on your own. And likewise, this is where everyone at the review fell into this all sorts of distractions. Of course, if you're experiencing some sort of distractions like me, you might need to mitigate, particularly by locking down your doors and closing down windows. And of course, you have to warn your either family members or friends that you're about to take a review session, whether it is a self-paced or through groups. And now for further information, especially to our fellow sweethearts, board takers, let's watch this episode coming from our engineer, JM Matusalem.
share ko lang nung nagre-review ay napakahirap na mag-isa. So I've been reviewing online by myself. So ang ma-advise ko lang kasi hindi ito nag-work for me easily until in-invite ako ng aking friend na si John Makaso na samahan siya sa kanyang review. And sa pamamagitan ng sa kanya ay mas naging hindi naman easy pero nakatulong ito para mas maintindihan ko yung lessons na pinag-aaralan. So ang mga kayo is maghanap kayo ng study partner ninyo, study buddy. Nang sa ganun ay hindi lang ikaw yung nag-iisip. I mean, hindi lang sa'yo ikaw nakadepende. Kumbaga meron ka pang mahihinga ng tulong once na ikaw ay done. So, ayun. So, office also ay practice in solving problems kada tapos ng lectures ninyo. Kung pre-review man kayo online or face-to-face ay after ng inyong pag-aaral ay balikan ninyo yung mga sinolve ninyo and try it na kayo naman do it on your own. Eh kapag nahirapan ulit kayo, balikan nyo lang yung inyong mga lectures and ulit-ulit lang sa pagsosolve. So talagang totoo yung the more you practice, the more na mas makukuha mo yung at maintindihan yung sinasolve. So ako hindi nag-work sa akin index cards. Ang nag-work sa akin is yung talagang pagsasolve ng maraming questions sa pamamagitan ng review books. Yun. So, nakatulong sa akin yung Gilisania, Desvilla. But, baga parang binuksan ko yung books na yun after na nung kalagitnaan na ng review. Okay, so makakatulong yan sa inyong mga free time. Try nyo din na parang nasa mismong battlefield na kayo. So, lagyan nyo rin ng oras, timing nyo rin sa check mo kung saan yung kaya nyo. And as days go by, makikita ninyo na may improvement sa pagsasolve ninyo. So, siguro sa first day, 5, second day, 7, and the other day, 10, isa marami na kayong kayang solve. So, hanapin nyo kung saan kayo comfortable. Kasi marami tayo iba-ibang klase. So, hindi naman for work sa siniran mo, ano ba? Know yourself. Nang sa ganun ay matutulungan mo rin yung sarili mo na maging better. I mean, productive. Mas maraming masusulit mo yung oras. And isa pa, share ko lang din na hindi ako nag-deactivate ng Facebook. Hindi ako nag-deactivate ng mga games. Pero ginawa ko is limited lang yung time for those times na nag-spend ako ng oras para doon. Kasi need mo rin na ma-relax sometimes. Hindi ka totally parang pukpok, tama ba? Pukpok, subsob sa pag-aaral. So need mo rin ng time na huminga. Try mo din minsan na lumabas, mag-walking. Nang sa ganun ay refresh din yung minds natin. So, ayun lang. And isa pa yung prayer talaga. Prayer sa Panginoon na kayanin mo. Kasi habang papalapit ng yung mismong board, mismong day ng exam, ay pa-increase yung pressure. So, ikaw rin mismo ang talagang magpe-prepare sa sarili mo sa laban. Kumbaga, sa pag-prepare mo ng mind mo na kaya mong makasagot, ay ma-overcome mo ito. So, once na dumating ka na dun sa room assignments, talagang breathe and pray and just do your best and give God the rest. Yun lang aking
And that was the breakthrough na advice nyo rin po sa amin ng mga board takers, especially this April na rin po. So thank you very much for this wonderful advice. And now, we're going to have this new segment called Ask Dear Paul, wherein you could ask any questions that you like.
Sa relationship pa or sa board?
Sa board nga po.
Sa board. Any questions? Tama ba?
Yes.
So are you with someone? Do you have a study partner?
Sometimes, if you know this one, I have been into a tendency to be alone, especially when it comes to review. Most especially, kapon hindi pa ako lumalabas ang kahit na ipaplano ng maayos. And of course, bilang board taker rin pa ako na aspiring civil engineer. Of course, I would like to, if God's willing po talaga na ma-manage ko rin po ang sarili ko po, especially when it comes to, recurring issues on my end, especially yung sa time management po talaga. Good thing here it is, yung isang technique po talaga dito called Pomodoro technique, na kung saan ise-set po yung isang timer for at least a 25 minutes plus a 5-minute break at uulit po siya until the 4th cycle. And of course, I have to admit that sometimes distractions have come along. And of course, I have to acknowledge on my own, especially if I could write everything on a paper or type it into something that could be later realized. And of course, if it is non-essential, then of course, I'll have to set aside, especially study habits so that needs to be more thoroughly planned, and of course, dapat may resulta po talaga, especially if I'm going to take it right now, I would rather go into a hard review as well. And besides, all of these things that have occurred, especially in times of reviewing po, may times na chine-check ko rin po ang mga notes and even on the screenshots or photographs if there are any, and I would like to appreciate that. Even though nasa moderno na po tayo, we still need more of this physical notebook po talaga, as if wag naman po sanang magkabaya, pero kung minsan po nagkakaon po ng breakdown ng either ng laptop or smartphone, of course, kung may physical notebook po tayo, that would be more handy to review it as always. And also, ni-recommend ko rin po yung flashcards in the form of the formula memorization, especially if you're into this tough studying review as well. And of course, that's all for the Ask Dear Paul segment. Tamang-tamain po talaga na nandito po kayo. Especially, I'm more grateful to interview both of you. And so, thank you very much, Engineer JM Matusalem and Sister Acha Diendo, for joining with us in this Sweethearts Corner, an exclusive one-on-one interview on DP24 Channel TV and Radio 1. And of course, before I let you go, of course, we have to submit ourselves to God's will, and therefore, there's nothing wrong with this. One day, at the right place and at the right time as well, you could be into a better position that would be ready to heal someone and to love once again. And of course, this has been your dear Paul. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Be safe, be well, stay sane and try, and you are loved. Peace at home, better together is up next, so keep it locked in to Feast Bay Area FB page. So see you right there, mga ka-sweetheart, ka-feaster, ka-puso, kapatid.
Thank you po.
Thank you very much.
Dear po. Thank you for your for inviting us in your program. Thank you po sa listeners. Thank you, fellow sweethearts. And po, sa lahat po, thank you. And to God be the glory. God be the glory.
God bless you.
And now, as we have graced this conclusion, before we proceed to the next program, Feast at Home Better Together, I would like to thank everyone, especially Engineer JM Matusalem, Sister Achatiendo, and WFBC General Trias, especially for letting me letting or permitting me to use all of these photographs that I have collected, especially all of these are coming from Facebook. And of course, special thanks to Peace Das Marinas for allowing me to shoot some of the scenes, or for letting me into this couples retreat, shooting some of the scenes and montage that one day we might be using this as a file video from our library, just in case we have a season 2. And of course, thank you very much also to Lyceum of the Philippines University, Cavite, for recognizing the efforts that we as students have made, particularly in these trying times that we have been going through from the pandemic. Especially Engineer JM and I have been going through. And likewise, I would like to thank also to our city government of Dasmariñas for the wonderful opportunities that have presented to us coming from our fellow citizens, especially and incidentally, I have shot a fireworks montage that got used for some portions of the illustration that viewers needed to be known about. Though, as what Sis Acha in the earlier episodes have mentioned, that the fireworks got occurred after they got into a loving relationship. Yes, they got into this wonderful relationship. And at the right place and at the right time. And of course, Sweetheart's Corner has been inspired, especially with the modern dating class from Feast Conference 2022, Greater Than, with Coach V and Brother Velden. And I'm very grateful with this wonderful learning experience that I got. And of course, without further ado, as we are about to conclude this episode, let love wins. And according to Coach V, in this code, once again, this is a confidential matter between me and Coach V, so I'll not divulge it because it might break the confidentiality rule. And of course, I have posted a code all over our DP24 IG page. That says here, show off your passion. Coming from Coach V on how to let love come to you online workshop. And to those who are going into singles events, Manila is coming Saturday. I'm now inviting you to, join into this wonderful event called the Ultimate Singles Party. This event March 2023 exclusive to the Singles Social Club members based in Mega Manila. At the KMC rooftop I-1 Ayala. Don't forget to DM the Singles Event at Singles Events Manila, Instagram and Facebook page with the rooftop message now to learn more. And so, see you right there at the feast at home. Better together. This has been your dear Ball, and this concludes the Sweethearts Corner. Be safe, be well, stay sane and try, and you are loved.